you guys. I'll give it like another minute or so. You guys have specific body parts that you want to help you stretch out today or roll out today, like chime in, feel free to chime in. And even if you're watching this after today, like you're not watching it live right now, feel free to post something, you know, it'll pop up obviously for me and I'll be able to see what you're looking for, you know, if you have an area that you need to roll or stretch. I'll be more than happy to help answer that question for you. So yeah, feel free to post or comment or message anytime. So today, if you don't have a foam roller, you're welcome to grab. If you go in the kitchen, if you have a rolling pin, you can grab a rolling pin and help restore. If you have a, you can even use canned goods. You can use those as like a mini foam roller, whether it's the big cans or the small chicken, Campbell's chicken noodle soup cans or whatnot. You can roll on that as well. You can also use a lacrosse ball. You can use a baseball. You can use a softball. And in some instances, if you have a medicine ball, there's some medicine balls that have a really hard surface to them. You can use that and you can roll on that as well too. Okay. That's basically all we'll need for today is, just something to put some pressure on some of these knots when we get to that portion of the session here this hour. And also, if you have like a light weight that you can hold on to, we're going to use light kettlebells today just to help add and backtrack. If you don't have a weight, it's okay. You don't have to have one. But if you do have one, you grab it. We don't want something really heavy. This is something that's kind of a medium, light medium to medium type of weight to it, and then we'll stretch out our necks. Okay. But we'll start off with some rolling to help loosen up some of those kinks, so that when we go to stretching, we can have more of a beneficial stretch. Okay. I'm gonna check the comments real quick just to see if you guys have anything you want on there.
He's doing the Hudson Street View.
All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to use this Phenom foam roller that I have from Monument Life. This company produces these foam rollers that have these nice ridges to them to give you like a little bit more of a deep, closer to a deep tissue experience. And they also vibrate. And your settings right here, you have a low, medium, and high setting. And the nice thing about the vibrations is, a couple of different things. With the vibrations, it can help you increase circulation into that specific area that you're rolling out. It can also help you absorb some of that pain. Because, when we roll out some of these knots are more painful than others in certain areas of our body, right? And so sometimes we kind of shy away from pain because who likes inflicting pain on themselves, right? But we have to go through it. And sometimes with the vibrations, it can help you absorb some of that pain more effectively because the vibration can take some of that pain away to a certain degree, if that makes any sense, all right? And not only that, like if you just like the vibration from like just a massage standpoint, you get that experience as well too. So there's a lot of different benefits to the vibration. So I'm going to use that today, and we're going to start off with the quad, just like Daryl here. We're going to start up here by the hip flexor, okay, which is up by like the top of your pocket. If put your thumb up there at the top of your pocket, okay, that's where the hip flexor is about at, all right? So we're going to start on there. I'm going to start on my right leg. So from here, the goal is whatever body part you're rolling out, you want to try to just relax, especially that spot. Okay, you want to try to relax all around to a certain degree, but specifically that area that you're focusing on. Because again, you want to use this roller as like a massage therapist, okay? But in order to get an effective massage, you have to try to get the muscle to relax so that if the massage therapist is using his or her thumbs, or if your roller, or your golf ball, or your softball, okay, whatever tool you're using, it's able to penetrate that muscle tissue because it's relaxed. If you tense up, if you hold your breath, if you move too fast, you kind of flex that muscle. So it's kind of like having a shield in a sense around that knot. So it's harder for that massage therapist to get their thumbs through that hard muscle, or to get this roller to penetrate through that tight muscle. But you can definitely control that, And the biggest way is by breathing. So make sure you're constantly breathing, okay? Let's not have long periods where you're just kind of holding your breath. Okay, So you just want to keep breathing. Even when I'm talking to you guys, just keep breathing, okay? Just keep that pattern. And as you breathe, if you see I'm just slowly kind of inching and creeping forward, not moving too fast, okay? And allowing my leg to stay relaxed. Actually, also face you guys so you can see my other leg too. Okay, so with my non-rolling leg, my left leg here, that knee is forward, the knee is bent. And I'm using this foot and my elbows to help me slowly travel forward. But there's no rush to this. Just like if you guys have ever had a professional massage, I'm pretty sure you'd be pissed if that massage therapist was rolling up and down your back really, really fast, as opposed to taking his or her time to help you relax and get that muscle tissue to relax, right? It's no different here, Now there's a time and a place to kind of roll fast if you're really short on time, right before a workout or whatnot, just to get the muscles turned on, to get a little pressure on some of those areas, because a little bit of rolling is better than no rolling at all. So there's really nothing glamorous about this, you guys. So it's one of those things, and you'll hear me repeat this in a lot of videos, especially in these stretch and foam rolling classes. My members will attest to it too. It's really not many different things to say when it comes to this, but you can do this stuff while you're watching TV at home instead of sitting on the couch. Lay on the floor and do this while you're watching whatever you're watching. Or, if you're on your phone, you can text and do all your stuff on your phone. I know for me, I do a lot of video edits on my cell phone. And so I try to incorporate this foam rolling as I'm doing it as well too, So you guys, as you get closer to your knees, it's going to get a little bit more painful, which is normal, because that knee, after a while, is what takes a lot of pressure if you don't roll on a regular basis, because the muscles tighten up and it starts to pull. When it pulls on the closest joint, and for that quad, it's that knee. Ooh. Ooh-wee. And when you make your way down to your knees, slowly roll back up toward your hip flexor. And then repeat that maybe 3 times, okay? So 3 times at this tempo, probably take you about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, okay? And then switch legs, okay? So just think 3 round trips from the hip flexor down to the knee, back up to the hip flexor. That's 1 trip. Do 3 round trips. I'm starting trip number 2 here. There's going to be some spots that are tighter than others, more painful than others, and you want to spend a little bit of time on there. Like right now, I'm on a knot that doesn't feel really good. But another way to help me work on this knot is what we call pinning and stretching. So when you find that really big knot, that speed bump, sit on it, stay on it. And then try to bring that same foot, your heel, up to your butt cheek. And then lay that foot back down to the floor. Now as you do that, try not to brace too. I mean, it's easier said than done, but try not to brace. Okay? Let's repeat that. Bring that heel up to your butt. So what this is doing is helping to open and close that muscle tissue so that foam roller can get deeper into that muscle. Ooh. Sorry guys, I'm trying to talk, but this hurts. Alright. Okay, so I rolled about 1 inch, and I'm going to pin and stretch again. Ooh, wee. Remember guys, when we feel painful spots, our normal, natural human reaction is to hold our breath. Try to breathe instead. Try to inhale the pain. Don't hold your breath. Inhale that pain. Then blow it out and repeat. Oh. Ooh. Now I'm slowly making my way back up toward my hip flexor because I made it down to my knee. Oh. Sometimes you just gotta laugh about this, man. Like, oh, it hurts, it sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? Quit? Don't quit, don't be a quitter. Just laugh it off. Oh, man. Ooh. It sucks right now, guys, but once you stand up and move around, you're going to be happy that you did this. I promise you. I promise you. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now. All right, I just finished my second round trip. I'm about to start my third. I'm just going to force us to really take our time on these quads today, you guys. We're moving really slow today. We're not going to hit a lot of body parts in this hour as far as the rolling goes, because we still got to get some stretching in too. But when you have the time like this, and that's what this class is about this rolling and the stretching. And so instead of trying to knock out a lot of muscle groups in an hour, because this takes time, man. I want you to actually see what it's like to actually take your time on one side and really be diligent with that. Because we're always in the rush.
Especially with stretching. Nobody likes to stretch.
Nobody likes to take their time with this. But remember, this is going to help you get bigger. This is going to help you get faster. This is going to help you get stronger. This is going to help you get leaner. Because the more we do this, the more you're helping to open up those tight muscle fibers that aren't getting proper nutrients to it, that aren't getting enough blood to it, that aren't getting enough oxygen to it. because it's so tight bound up. And those are things that you need to help you get bigger, to get stronger, to get faster, to get leaner. And not to mention, like, you're gonna feel better too, like just physically. You won't feel uncomfortable in your own skin because you're so tight and bound up. Like literally feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. Oh. Alright guys, so I switched legs. 3 round trips on this leg. Oh my gosh. And also don't expect to find, knots in this leg on the same spot that you did on your previous leg. They're 2 different legs, so you're going to find them in different areas, okay? Ooh. Yeah, I found one over here. When we find that knot, pin and stretch a few times. For all you girls that are trying to get that booty pump, that are trying to get the big booty, right? You want to release those hip flexors as best you can too. Because if your hip flexors are tight, well, these hip flexors, they wrap around to your glute medius. But if these hip flexors are really tight, they start to pull on your glute medius, right? And so it restricts you actually being able to get full range of motion and get sufficient amount of blood into that area to help open up your glutes even more. So this hip flexor roll can also help with your booty gains. So you want to think about it like that as well too. Because the more you can release these hip flexors, the more you can release that glute medius, the more you can get that area to grow. Oh, wow. The more blood, the more blood you can get to that area. Because that's what you want. Anytime we want to get that pump, we're talking about getting a lot of blood into that muscle. You know, get your biceps pumped by doing a bunch of curls. That means you're getting a bunch of blood into that area. You want your booty to get pumped because you're trying to get a bunch of blood back there. Okay? So if we can open up these knots, because these knots restrict, it's like a kink in the hose. If you kink a hose, there's not going to be a lot of water that passes through. That's what these knots are. They're like a kink in the hose. They're restricting adequate blood flow. And when we train, that's what we want. We want a lot of blood. Oh. I hope you guys are laughing with me too. Not at me, but with me. Ooh-wee. What's up, you guys? All right, so I have I think 2 more trips on this left side.
We have a hamstring next.
Yep, with the hamstrings next. If you guys are ready for hamstrings, they're up to take you through that. If you're ready for it, yeah, if you're ready. Right. painful spot, so don't hold your breath. And then inhale the pain. Ooh.
Shoes are on my for like 2 seconds.
What's that?
Really? I said he was on my for like 2 seconds. Other than that, bro, how's your shoulder feel?
It's just really, really sore. Which is good because it's not like pain, it's sore. You know what I'm saying? Ah. Ah. Oh. But it's not like a muscle sore, it's a different sore. It's just like where that area's been hurting. I'll explain it.
You put on the pressure this week.
Yeah, moving it down.
Yeah.
No weights, body weight. Ooh. All right, guys. I think that was 3. So now the hamstring. So like you see him, you sitting on a ball. You can use a chair if you want. You can stay on the floor if you have a roller, or one of those big, canned good items. You can use a softball, you can use a golf ball, and basically the whole goal is just to apply pressure on those nuts, and you're going to just slowly travel to the back of the knee and all the way back up to where the hamstring and the butt cheek kind of meet, where that insertion point is. It's about as high as you want to go. Unless you also do, you can roll the glute as well too if you want, and you don't necessarily have to stop. But if you just want to isolate hamstring, then you'll want to maybe start right around there, like I said, where the top of the hamstring and the bottom of the butt cheek meet.
Well, I like to use the chair because I can put more pressure on those knots when I'm sitting down. If you have a chair, go ahead and grab a chair. You got those balls, baseball, softball.
You can use a stool, and you can even, like a stool that's so high where your feet can't even touch the floor, that's even better, because you can put more pressure, You can add pressure here, like I could add with my forearm, making sure my forearm's parallel, or at least on top of the foam roller, right above the foam roller, so I can just put pressure on that area. You can lean into it. You can do the same thing while you're on the chair. You can lean into it as well too. So we're going to do both hamstrings. And then we'll get our calves. And then we'll get some stretching in, okay? And like I said, for the stretching, we'll just need to use like a medium weight, laundry detergent, you can hold on to that. Bag of rice, sack of potatoes, sack of oranges. It doesn't have to be heavy. It's going to use it to help us stretch out our traps and our neck. Hey, you guys, there's no rush to this. Again, like I could be sitting here watching Star Wars right now if I was sitting on the living room floor, or watching, let's say, the game, but there ain't no games playing. But if there was some sports playing, maybe I'd be sitting on the floor, rolling out, And that Michael Jordan Last Dance is not on Netflix.
Well, it ain't. Oh, it's not. on ESPN though. That's what it comes on. It'll come on tomorrow on ESPN. So try ESPN 360. Yeah. You just type that in on your laptop, honestly. And use your hotspot. I think it'll be on there after they're done with it.
Yeah, when you guys are on the knot, man, sit on it, man. Sit on it. Don't shy away from it. When you feel a painful spot, that's indication that you need to work on that spot. Okay? Probably gonna sweat. Probably gonna hurt. Some of you guys probably gonna hurt so, and hurt so good. You know what I mean? Like, but regardless, it has to be addressed. Stay on it, man. Stay on that knot. You know, you guys. Make yourself sweat. Make yourself uncomfortable. You gotta go through that little bit of misery. Right now. Yeah, man, you work on it, feel free. Oh, I gotta say it right. And like I said, you guys, there's like really nothing fancy about this. There's really nothing too glamorous. Like, you just see a couple of dudes just kind of sitting around. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much what it is. But like, if you see Daryl here, he's sitting on a chair. If you guys have jobs where you're sitting on a chair, you could be doing that in the middle of your day, just sitting on the ball. You know, you don't have to wait till an actual stretch class or wait for 7 p.m. tonight in your bedroom to roll out. Like, nobody really has that kind of time. You know. Or yeah, it's not waiting for a class. Like, take the initiative yourself. When you're sitting, you might as well sit on the ball. You can also, once you've done rolling your hamstrings and your butt cheeks out while you're sitting there working, take a shoe off, put that ball down, and roll out the bottoms of your feet. You're sitting there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Okay. Then if you have a high back rest on your chair, then put that ball back there and try to roll out your shoulder in between your shoulder blades, your rhomboids, or do it against the wall. Well, look at that. Like, those are like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different muscle groups right there, just in your work day, just during work. Like, it didn't require you to like, oh my gosh. It didn't require you to like use a lot of floor space or designate a time to get your restoration in. The same way you designate a time to get your workout in. And now when you get home, now maybe you can just lay on the floor and roll out your quads. Because you already took care of your backside, like what we're working right now, you already took care of that at work. You already took care of the bottoms of your feet, so those feel alright. Your glutes feel good. Now you work the front side. So while you're at home in the living room, like, roll out your quads while you're watching your show.
You have to restore your body. If you put in work, you're working hard 5 days, 6 days a week. You got foam roll.
Yeah, man, it's important. It's important, guys. And I try to implement that here at Luke more often. Every class, your first 5 to 6 minutes, you're rolling something. Okay, roll something out. All right, stretch, roll. On Thursdays, we stretch and roll for the first 15 to 20 minutes of that class, and still have an effective 30 to 35 minute cardio kickboxing workout after the fact. Okay. And then this stretch class, the stretch and foam roll class. Like, I do this because helps me stay on track with restoration, which is cool, you know. But two, like, there's not a lot of people out there really like emphasizing this portion of fitness. We're not emphasizing it enough. They might touch on it here and there, but to actually show you and deploy like the patience and give you a realistic time frame to see like how long you should generally be working on like one muscle. Just one. Not the muscle group, but just one muscle. There's nothing glamorous about this, but it is so beneficial, you guys. No one's ever said, just like after workout, no one's ever said after a restoration hour, like, man, you know, that sucked. You know?
You really should feel more energized,
You're going to feel like looser, you're going to feel just more comfortable, you're going to feel just better, just overall better. Alright guys, we're going to work on our calves next, and then we'll get some stretching in. So with the calves, we'll start at the Achilles, okay? If you want to use a rolling pin, you know, then sitting in that position is a good way to relax that calf, and he can roll up and down his calf as well. I'm going to use this roller. My other foot's going to be over the top to help apply pressure, so this foot will travel with this foam roller, okay? I'm going to lift up, I'm going to roll forward and have a seat. I'm going to roll right, roll to my left, you know, a few times. Make 2 circles to the right, 2 circles to the left. Hands by my hips, lift up, roll forward an inch, have a seat. Roll left, ooh. Roll right. Roll left. Man. Roll right. If you guys find a knot, like, just sit on it. Even though I'm saying roll left, roll right, like if you have a knot, sit on it. We all have different like spots that we find kinks. I'm just trying to give like a template in a sense. You know what I mean? But if you're on a knot, you can pin and stretch this area by making your circles. So go 3 to the right, and then 3 to the left. You can also dorsiflex, bring your toes up towards your knee. Plantar flex, point those toes in. Sorry guys, that was a painful spot. Oh wow. Get hands by the hips, lift up, roll forward. Oh, have a seat. Roll left, roll right. Remember, this foot travels with this roller, so make sure this is above the roller the whole time so you can apply pressure on that spot. Roll left, roll right. Ooh. 3 circles to the right. 3 circles to the left. Remember guys, I'm just giving a template here. If you have a knot, a kink that is like painful, sit on it. Like, block me out. Just sit on it. But try to do some of the pinning and stretching though. Okay? Hands by your hips. Roll forward. Sit down. Roll right. Roll left. Ooh. So I just rolled right, and I'm staying on that right side of my calf because there's some painful spots that need to be addressed. So I'm gonna stay on that spot, but I'm gonna do my pinning and stretching. I'm gonna do my circles there. 3 circles to the right, 3 circles to the left. I'm gonna dorsiflex as well, because I really need to work this part of the calf. Dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex. hips, roll forward, have a seat. Oh, you should be getting closer to your knee. Remember, this foot travels with the roller. Oh, roll left. Oh, roll right. Man. Roll left. Roll right. Again, I'm going to stay on my right while I make my circles. 3 circles to the right. 3 circles to the left. Dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex. Okay, hands by your hips, move forward. So right now just like this is where my knee bends. I'm right under that bend, okay? Right at the top of the calf, just below the knee, the back of the knee. Right, now we're going to make our way back down to the Achilles, and then we'll switch legs. It's that same template, nothing really changed.
This album is like way faster than our workouts.
Right?
It's fast.
No. I'm over here looking at the time like, dang.
Bro, it does.
Ooh, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, you guys. Remember, guys, the same template. Roll, have a seat, roll left, roll right, roll left, roll right. 3 circles one way, match that the other way. Alright, we'll switch calves and we'll stretch here, okay? We're going to speed this one up a little bit. I didn't realize how fast time was going by this morning.
When you stretch like, when you take the time break, it's not fast.
It's kind of like getting a massage. Like after that hour 30, like, damn, that was pretty fast. If you've ever gotten a massage. Oh, man. Ooh. Remember, don't hold your breath, you guys. Keep rolling. Oh. Wow. Good morning, you guys. Oh. All right. So when we stretch today, we'll do some, we'll obviously stretch the areas that we rolled out, but I want to start off by stretching out our neck and our shoulders though, okay? And then we'll end with these areas that we just rolled. So remember, use that same template, left, right, circle, 3 circles to the left, 3 circles to the right, hands by the hips, roll, and then repeat. Roll left, roll right, 3 circles to the left, 3 circles to the right. Hands by the hips, roll forward, or roll back, and repeat. So today we hit 3 groups. We hit the quads, actually I guess kind of 4. The hip flexors and the quads. We hit our hamstrings. And now we're doing our calves. So those are 4 muscle groups. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot within an hour and doing both sides. Okay? But again, you could break a lot of this stuff up in the middle of your day, your work day. Or you can roll those areas even more when you get home too afterward. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point is, you gotta figure out how to get it done where it doesn't seem like it's too tedious. Just figure out how to kind of multitask. And it's really not asking for much, just sitting on a damn ball. It doesn't require much. You don't have to have fitness experience for that. You don't have to. All you have to do is just sit. A lot of Americans are good at that.
We're doing a lot of that right now, though.
Alright guys, making my way back down toward my Achilles. So if you want to grab your weight, whatever that weight is, we're going to start our first stretch here in about 60 seconds. And then like I said, we'll hit these other areas and we'll call that good for today's class. So I'm using a 25-pound kettlebell. You can go 10 pounds, you can go 5 pounds, you can go 20. We don't really need to go too heavy, okay? So we're going to start off. We're going to hold the bell or whatever weight you're using in your right hand, okay? Just bring your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Let this weight pull on your arm. So try to relax this arm, okay? And also while you're here, try to make sure your belly button, your abs are engaged. Kind of draw your belly button to your spine, okay? And also squeeze your butt cheeks, all right? From here, if you can, bring your hand over the top of the head, up by your ear. And with every exhale, gently pull on your head to bring your ear closer to your shoulder. And again, let the weight pull on this arm. What we're trying to stretch out is right here in your traps. Okay? So let's hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep pulling when you exhale. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, let's switch. I'm going to pretend I'm holding that weight in my left hand. Just bring your right ear down towards your right shoulder. So again, if you don't have a weight, like I'm feeling this stretch right now, okay? So again, try to relax this side of this arm, your left arm. Let that weight pull on that arm and pull on that shoulder so that we can get more of a stretch in these traps, okay? Or this trap. Just bring your hand above the head by your left ear. With every exhale, gently pull and try to get this ear closer to this shoulder. Not your shoulder closer to your ear. Keep that shoulder down. Bring your ear down to your shoulder. Remember, belly button to spine. Squeeze your butt a little bit just to make sure we stay nice and tall. Okay, we don't want to have any arch in that low back. Okay? Just keep breathing and pulling. With every exhale, pull on your head for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's switch it up. Do one more time on each side. Actually, let's go for those that don't have weight at home. Okay? So pretend you're holding in your right hand. Make a fist with your right hand. Bring your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Not your left shoulder up by your left ear. Okay? Keep that shoulder down. Keep both shoulders down. Let's bring that left hand above the head. Above the head, right by your right ear. With every exhale, gently pull. Remember, squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit, flex those abs a little bit. Not too hard. I mean, we're not working out, but we want to get some connection there. Okay. With every exhale, gently pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's switch.
So all the way up.
Okay, relax that left arm. Let that weight pull that arm down. Right ear by the right shoulder. Let's bring that right hand over the top of the head, right above the left ear. For every exhale, gently pull on your head and make sure both shoulders stay down. Keep those shoulders down, okay? Ten, 9. Remember, exhale and pull. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay, let's go and put your weight to the side, you guys. We don't need that anymore. All right. So for your hamstrings, we're going to do some inchworms, okay? All right, let's come right back. Let's come down to our toes. Try not to give any booty shots. All right, from here, let's walk your hands out. Let's bring that left knee forward. Stretch out those glutes and hips. Just bring this right hip flexor down toward the floor. Make sure the shoelaces of your shoes are facing the floor, not the side of your foot or the inside of your foot, the top of your foot. Okay? Just replace your elbows with your hands to switch legs.
That's right there, your high plank. Your shoulder.
What's that?
You go on the high plank, put your shoulder out of there. Bother? And you would say your high plank.
I'm trying to put my weight on my right side. Okay, let's replace those elbows with your hands. Let's walk back. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Come back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's walk it out. Left leg forward. Slide those elbows down. Hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace your elbows with your hands. Switch legs. Elbows down. Hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace your elbows with your hands. Let's walk it back. All right, one more time. You can do this quad stretch, man, if you want.
Here.
You can do whatever. You can take us to whatever quad stretch you want.
Yep. Okay. So I like to get on the ground.
Well, hold on. I have to tell you.
Oh, I have to?
Yeah,
Okay,
one
one
more
more
set.
set. One.
One more set. All right, let's walk it out, you guys. Left knee forward. Lay your legs down. Lay your elbows down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch one last time, you guys. Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's walk it back one last time. All right, Daryl's going to take us through our quad stretches.
All right, we're going to sit on the ground. Start off with the left leg so you guys can see me. See your butt. All right, take the left leg, bend it behind you here, okay? And the more you lean back here, and the more you scoot back, you feel more right here in front of the quad, up top more by the hip flexor. And if you're all really flexible, you can keep going down, then obviously you want to keep going down as far as you can, go down to your back. But you don't want to overstretch, like pull. You can actually pull some while you're stretching. So take your time here, take some deep breaths, and go a little bit deeper. Or you can just hold it and you can just count down. Just hold right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead, switch. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. All right, your second set. Try to go a little bit further back. All right, with your hands here, reach a little bit further back, a little bit deeper stretch here, so a little bit more warmed up. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and switch again.
Oh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, last switch here. Let's try to go as far as we can here. Some of you guys are super duper flexible. You put your back on the ground. Good for you. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Make sure your knee
6,
stays down on the floor, you guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and switch.
Last one, you
Last
guys.
one.
Appreciate you guys jumping in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everybody.
Good job, you guys.
Great work.
Again, don't forget to leave comments. If you guys have areas that you want us to focus on, that you're not familiar on how to do it on your own, feel free to let us know.
Yep.
We'll be back at it Monday at 11. Be prepared. I've got some crazy stuff. Well, I don't want to say crazy, but some good stuff.
Yep.
I don't want to scare you guys, but some good stuff for next week. We're going to do a lot of mini circuits, okay? So just be ready. We'll be doing a lot of body weight training next week too, all right? So we'll see you guys Monday at 11.